welcome to some informal TADHack interviews. So this is all about talking to some of the people behind the big brands to understand, some of the things that they get up to and what they're hoping to see from TADHack. So I'm going to be chatting with Al Balasco. He's the SVP for Communication Solutions at Radisys, and also Adnan Saleem. He is the CTO for Software and Cloud Solutions at Radisys. So that's enough talking from me. I'm going to hand over to Al. Now, Al and I have known each other for 17 years. We have to thank David Sievers. He was the CTO for Spectel, who introduced us. David was over in New Jersey, and of course, Al was working for Avaya in New Jersey at the time. So because we were all in New Jersey at the same time, we all met up. And 17 years later, we're back here again. So Al, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Alan. Appreciate this opportunity, and we're very excited about supporting this and sponsoring this event. Over the course of that 17 years, I think the one common theme, despite all the technology changes and evolution, from my perspective, has really been helping developers unlock the capabilities, or giving the tools to developers to unlock the capabilities of the products of the companies that I offer. And that's been sort of our force multiplier, so to speak. We have at Avaya, at Spectel, at Radisys, a lot of very creative, innovative people, but there's nothing like providing tools to a much bigger ecosystem and making them accessible to really unlock innovation. So that's really why we're here. You mentioned the big brands behind the event. Radisys, hopefully our name in this domain is becoming bigger. A lot of people may not be familiar with Radisys, but most of the people that we interact with are using Radisys technology in some way, some form or fashion, whether it's on a Zoom conference like this. Zoom is a customer of ours. Most of the mobile operators around the world use our technology in their networks. We have a large ecosystem of developers in the unified communications, customer care, and digital services space as well that build applications with our products. So somewhere along the line, Radisys is being used by the consumers and business users that are our audience here. But with these new products, I think our brand is becoming more and more visible in these in the programmable communication space. In fact, we just won an award, a TMC Product of the Year award for this technology. So anyway, we're pleased to be here.
Excellent. So Al, maybe just a little bit of background on yourself, why you ended up in tech, maybe, something around your hobbies, pastimes, the rest, so people get to know you, not just Radisys.
Well, it was almost, I sort of stumbled into the technology area. I went to, when I was in university, I was in a journalism course, and I was preparing, my interest was actually to get into law. Mm-hmm. And I went to Northeastern University. Northeastern has a co-op program. That's what they're known for. Yeah. And the first job that I was opening, the first job I had out of college was with a company called Psion. Psion. Yes. They were an innovator in the mobile computing space. Yep. And I looked at that job as, hey, this is going to be yet another co-op as I prepare to take the LSATs and look into law school. But I was so transfixed by that technology and the innovation that company was doing. We were competing with HP and Apple at that time. Yep. On the consumer side and getting into industrial applications, and that really hooked me on technology and getting into product management. And I've sort of never looked back since.
That's amazing, because I had the Psion 3A. That was my organizer, and it had a whole host of programmable features as well.
Yep. Yeah, that was a great product and great technology. And even there, right from the beginning, it was really about how to, providing these tools for independent developers to build applications that cater to very specific use cases, particularly on the industrial and vertical market side.
That's it, because you had these little programmable cards you could insert into the site. Wow, this is really taking me back like 30 years now.
In fact, just a little trivia, Cyan was the first company that productized flash memory in computing devices.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Interesting. Cool. Oh, wow. That brings back some good memories.
Yeah. So, and just a little on the personal side, I mean, I'm originally from Rhode Island, but grew up in New England, live in the Boston area. I'm a big Boston sports fanatic. So this year we had the Celtics. Red Sox are a little disappointing. And looking forward to football season here.
Excellent. Oh, that's great. And then maybe interested to get some guidance around what you're hoping to see from some of the hacks built on Radisys this year.
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that, our objective here is really to say, how do we enable and open up this technology to new ideas. Even as we launched this product, this programmable communications platform called Engage Digital Platform earlier this year at Mobile World Congress. Since then, we've had quite a diverse range of use cases and applications that customers are interested in. They really range from things like a video matchmaking service to a talking clock to augmented reality based consumer services to security and surveillance applications. So we're already seeing that, that creativity starting to gel. I think anything, ideas and applications around conversational interactions that for whether it's person to person or group calling, with a digital concierge, so to speak, that can listen and support the interactions with users to person to application interactions for customer care and e-commerce. Another attribute of our offer is that it can be deployed in many different ways. It can be put in a public cloud, it could be put in a private cloud data center, in an enterprise premise. So applications that can take advantage of that flexibility, whether for privacy and data sovereignty or high, performance and latency reasons. Those are a couple of things that I think we'd really be interested in, in seeing what kind of ideas could be facilitated through this. No,
I think that's a very good steer, especially around conversations, because I think that's a massive untapped opportunity where we make it programmable. So you can take that from your platform and then use it in a whole host of other cloud-based services. So cool. Right. No, that's great steer. Thanks so much for that, Al. So we're keeping this short. So moving on. Adnan, welcome. Please give us an introduction.
Thanks, Alan. And hi, welcome whoever's listening to this. So maybe a quick little background and intro on myself. I'm based out of Vancouver, Canada. So from education, university perspective, computer science background, have been in software domain for probably 30 some years, go way back when. I could relate to the stories you guys are talking about. So even pre-university, I think kind of what got me into tech, basically, I guess in high school kind of days when Commodore 64 was around. So you guys might remember that, or
I had one.
Yep. And all those. So yeah, nice messing around with those computers, right? Then the Z80s that were available back then, Intel 8080 architecture. So it was really right from back then, I was very much interested in programming applications. And kind of got involved in that in the University of Computer Science, a local university here in Vancouver. When I started my career, was involved in mobile communications. So this is actually pre-3G mobile days. It's like 2G hadn't even come out. It was like when people were using beepers and pagers. Some of us may remember that. So numeric, alphanumeric, and then voice. Voice became two-way, then became broadband, mobile, 3G, 4G, LTE, 5G now. So being in that communication / software engineering program domain, but predominantly in the, as you can imagine, in the sort of the operator, network operator domain. kind of led me, I think what Al kind of did a pretty good job describing what we're doing with this Engage Digital platform, was that as technology is advancing, particularly in the telecom domain, you really need to know a lot about, in years and years, if not decades of experience, to be able to write something that can actually literally run in an operator network. I think more of the web applications are easier to program. You have more of a control over it. The complexity is abstracted away, but not so much when it comes to sort of the more traditional telecom services. So I think with the Engage Digital platform, and I think what the interest has been, me personally as well, is to make application development and programming as easy as possible. Having gone through the pain myself over the decades, haven't seen that, to be able to make it easy so that complex things, complex algorithms like computer vision, machine learning, more and more of the advances that are coming in the speech domain as well as in the video domain, eventually they get abstracted based on APIs, SDKs, ease of programming, so that the developer community can move on to creating unique applications rather than having to spend 80–90% of the time learning the protocols and tweaks underneath, right? So I think a lot of the industry successes have been built around that to make it easy, create enable the industry to create unique applications as quickly and rapidly as possible. And then as technology advances to the next level, then the same thing will happen to the next level as well, to abstract it, make it easier, and then move on to into the next sort of level of complexity and availability, and create the ability to create these applications. So it's in essence what the Radisys Engage Digital platform is providing, is to take speech, whether it's keyword detection, speech recognition, whether you want to do it in the cloud or you want to do it on premise, whether you want to do language translation in real time, to all the virtual assistants, natural language understanding, and then kind of goes beyond that into the video realm. I think as Al was alluded to, that you can take video feeds, can you do sentiment analysis on video feeds as it then pertains into entertainment industry, into e-commerce, where there's video involved, security surveillance, Industry 4.0, and in automation use cases. So a lot of those things are based on that underlying technology. What we're doing is we integrate and optimize that technology within our Engage Digital platform. And then we provide it to the developer community as a whole, and we work with them alongside to be able to go create mobile applications, Android, iOS, web, or basic standard telephony call where there's voice and video enabled through the operator network. And then we create a lot of demos internally ourselves and along with our customers. Now we're opening it up much more broadly now to the developer community as a whole. And I think as I quickly just mentioned, so yeah, I'm based at work with Al and you, Alan, as well for quite a few years. And I'm based out of Vancouver, Canada.
Excellent. So you've got a lot cooler weather where you are. We're in the mid to high 30s here.
Much nicer.
Definitely. Well, I could see you locked your cat out and then it managed to come in through the window. I was like, his windows are open. They're definitely not open.
It's snuck in over there.
So I believe you've got a demo you can show us, Adnan. Is that possible?
Yeah, what we could do is maybe just, I'll share my screen here and maybe show a quick little walkthrough what the portal looks like. So let me see if I can just go and do my screen here. Let me see. Sure if you can, you guys can see it.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think as I was mentioning, so the Engage Digital platform is a means for application developers, enterprise or network operator or ISPs to be able to go and use this platform, which of course can be hosted on the cloud as well as can be on-premise as well. The entire solution can be on-prem and deployed on-prem or in a public cloud infrastructure. So in essence, what it's providing is a visual design tool and a portal. I'll give you a quick little walkthrough of this stuff. And of course, then through visual design tool, you can do drag and drop, create sophisticated flows, and be able to design an application, test the application, and also then be able to go and launch it with a click of a button. So I'm going to log into my demo account here.
Now, Adnan, is this going to be the tool that people at TADHack will be able to use?
Yes, absolutely correct. Yeah,
excellent.
That's right. So they will have they will have accounts available as tenant accounts. So this is a multi-tenant environment. So what we do for our customers is that we will create enterprise ABC, a tenant, and then enterprise ABC will have administrative access, as you can kind of see on the top right-hand side corner. My tenant is demos. My name is demos, and part of Engage Digital AI. And I've been given administrative access to it. What that means is that I can then go and create user developer accounts as I choose, as many as I need, and what authorization I want to give within my own developer group as an admin. So everybody who we onboard onto this thing, they will have their own secure tenant, and then they will have admin access, and after that they can go and create additional developer classes, and they will all have access to this portal. So this portal kind of give you maybe a quick little overview of what it looks like. So as I was mentioning earlier, to do design, one of the most simplest basic ways to do this is to create design flows through a drag and drop. So it's a very simple example. I'm going to kind of show you is a weather application. Let me just this one here, and it has drag and drop widgets, as you can kind of see over here.
Yep.
So of course, the complexity of the application, sophisticated of the application is all up to the developer. I want to kind of give you a simple example of, hey, how easy it is to go and create a real-time weather application that somebody can speak to, and it will go to a publicly available weather website, collect the information from that website, from that public weather service site, and then be able to use text-to-speech and speech-to-text transcription as part of this application to play that weather announcement back to me. All that stuff that I just explained over here is all just within this diagram here through this kind of drag and drop mechanism. So the weather API is what we call, that is a REST API that will be issued to a weather service, and when somebody and it will get the response back from a given city. So you will say San Francisco, Vancouver, what city, what have you in the world. We'll do speech recognition as part of that. That city name then will go to the publicly available website. You will get the website, and this application then will go and play as a synthesized output to the calling part. So simple example, it kind of shows how quickly this thing can be done. What we also then do is we provide tools where we provide how the application can be tested very quickly and easily. We're just going to show you there's a web-based tools that are available that you can use to go test your own application.
Gotcha.
So since I've kind of written this application here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show what this would look like on my phone here, on my real phone, because we want to show a real world demo here. So let me pull my phone right here. So here's my phone. And before I kind of get into that, I will show you how quickly easy it is to map phone numbers to it. So I've created the application. Now anybody can call that application and be able to speak the name of the city and then be able to hear the weather for that city, right? That's sort of the demo application. But I do want to tie to PSTN number. I want it to be available not just through a mobile app, but I want it to be a PSTN telephony app as well. So here's the configured phone number through the same portal. I go down to my weather service. This is the one here. This can be to a SIP number, or you can also attach an actual PSTN number to the weather service. So I have a number of PSTN or virtual SIP numbers available to me. I went ahead and assigned this 1434 North America, Virginia, happens to be Virginia telephone number to assign to that weather service that I was just showing you. So let's go back to this. So just to kind of show you now what that will look like here, I'm going to bring my phone here, open up my dialer, and I'm going to call that number that I already had called before. So it's in my address book already. So I'm going to go call it here, and hopefully you guys can hear the audio.
Find the city name after the
San Francisco.
The current weather forecast is clear, 22.8 degrees Celsius or 73.0 degrees Fahrenheit. Goodbye.
Excellent, it worked.
Yeah. So the idea is that not the sophistication of the application, but here the idea is really kind of show that a simple application can be developed. Of course, as I was mentioning earlier, through a visual drag and drop tool and the ability to test the application before you launch it. And here, when you assign a phone number to it and you press a button, the application is not publicly available. So what we've done is with the Engage Digital platform, the ability to design applications through the Vision Design tool, as you can see, but also through a full set of APIs that we have available here. So if you go through make this documentation, this will of course be available to all the participants and all the developer community with sample applications that have been built through REST APIs and SDKs, as well as if somebody just wants to go and create through a visual design tool, that's also of course available to the portal. And for each one of these, we will have our reference applications that are all available so that people can use the reference application to see how it goes before they don't have to spend too much time learning everything from the bottom up, right? They can just use an example application to start with.
Exactly. And in September, early October, we'll be doing some webinars so that you can provide the training to anybody who's interested before TADHack. So people can get up to speed on using either your APIs or your visual designer before they get in and start hacking. So this is great. And it's always nice when the demo works. So that was excellent. Thank you so much, Adnan.
No problem. Yeah. And I think one last kind of note on that is that we'll have a Git repository as well that people will have available to them with a ever-increasing library of applications that either we have developed or the developer community has developed. So those will be available through GitHub as well.
Excellent. That's very important. It enables you to find stuff and then build on the shoulders of other developers, not have to do everything from scratch, which is always on that Saturday morning with TADHack when things are kicking off, when you're looking at the hill you need to climb. If you can find already a couple of things that get you halfway there, it makes building your hack so much easier. That's excellent. An excellent demo, and thank you so much, Adnan.
All right, thank you.